All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to talk about news related to one of the best fighters in the world, and that is Jaron Boots Ennis in the welterweight division, who very well may be the best fighter in that division. Recent news has come out from a sparring partner of Terence Crawford's and Jaron Ennis's, who tells you exactly what he thinks about who the best fighter is, and also throws Gervonta Davis into the mix. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we are going to be in the welterweight division. This time, we're going to be talking about one of the bad things that have come as a result of Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford's fight falling apart, which is that it pumps the brakes on the advancement of several other fighters in that division, one of which may very well be the best fighter in that division right now. Not saying that he is. I'm saying he very well may be. And some inside information has come out from a young man, up-and-coming fighter named Brian Norman Jr., about how skilled and how good a fighter is Jaron Ennis is relative to a guy that many people consider to be the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, and that is Terence Crawford. Now, before I get into that, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also, if you're a longtime subscriber and supporter of the channel, thank you so much. Like my guy Herbert Johnson, who has been coming through very, very heavy. Thank you so much for your support in the super chat, in the Cash App, in the videos that we do. Also, thank you to guys, the people that actually support videos like this, and the super thanks, which you can see below. It's a little heart with a $sign on it in the lower right-hand corner of this video. Thank you guys so much for your support of of content creators that specifically talk about the sport of boxing. So let's get into this, man. Brian Norman is saying, look, man, I sparred both Errol Spence, I sparred both Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis. And then he says exactly who he believes is the best fighter. He also said that he sparred guys like Gervonta Davis, and he was asked to compare Jaron Ennis to them. And he said that Jaron Ennis is better by far than Terence Crawford and Gervonta Davis. Now, is that what does that say? First and foremost, Terence Crawford is an exceptional fighter. I have said many, many times that he was my #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And I've done that based on what he's done over 3 weight classes, well over 30 fights. Excellent fighter. Not quite sure if I have him there anymore. Like I've told people that continue to ask me, look, I am not feeling too good about what happened with Errol Spence Jr. To me, paying very close attention to everything that went on, it appears to me that he really did not want that fight. And, you know, when you don't want to prove you're the best, it makes me wonder if you really are the best, right? Now, as far as, but his skill set, though, top notch. Same thing for Gervonta Davis. Every time somebody asks me who I think the 10 best fighters in the world are, I always put Gervonta Davis up near the top. There are some others, other people that do their, reports or give their opinion on it, like ESPN and Ring Magazine, and they find a way to keep, Gervonta Davis tucked mighty low, right? Like somewhere around 11, right outside of the top 10. But for me, it's a very, very hard for me to get my head around that at all. 2 very, very good fighters. But this kid, Jaron Ennis, and this is why I'm saying it's one of the sad things that take place because of the sad results of Errol Spence and Terence Crawford fight not being made, is that we don't get past that and know who the best is between those two, because with a guy like Jaron Ennis there, look, he can really be not just the spoiler, he really may be just that next level guy where he could be in that weight division and run that weight division, and nobody have a doubt whatsoever about who the best fighter in that division is. Right now, as far as like what I think he is relative to Errol Spence and Terence Crawford in that division, I'm going to tell you, I will go with what Stephen Breadman Edwards say. I'm not betting against Jaron Ennis. I'm not going to bet against anybody on beating Jaron Ennis. Now, as far as Errol Spence and Jaron Ennis go, I don't know who would win that fight. That guy is an absolute animal over there, Errol Spence, and Errol Spence has a style that is going to be very, very difficult for anybody to beat because it's pressure oriented, and he has very, very few mistakes, but yet at the same time, he's an extremely talented, skilled fighter with just a go get you type of mentality. In my opinion, when I look at Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford, and I look at the styles between the two of those, I give Terence Crawford very little chance of beating Jaron Ennis because I think Jaron Ennis, as everything that you see in Terence Crawford, you see in Jaron Ennis, but then there's some things in Jaron Ennis that you don't see in Terence Crawford. The things that you don't see in him, the things that you do see are things like switch hitting, right? Being somebody that is going to, give you different looks, from the southpaw and the orthodox stance, right? Except for the difference with that for me, with Terence and Jaron is that Terence is Jaron is a little bit more fluid with it. And he does it in an offensive manner. He will actually go into the southpaw stance and attack you in the southpaw stance, or he can be defensive in the southpaw stance. He can attack you in the orthodox stance, and he can be defensive in the orthodox stance. Where Terence Crawford, from what I have seen, in my impression of it, is very, very defensive in the southpaw stance and uses that primarily, I think, to cover up some deficiencies he has in the orthodox stance. And once he hurts you or is able to, with that power hand in front, he's able to knock down the jab of the orthodox fighter and come over the top of it with his very strong right hand, like a hook over the top of that, the jab for the orthodox person is the left hand, which typically is their weak hand. So he puts his strong hand in front of your weak hand and can come over the top of you with that strong hand. And then once he does that, then he goes back to orthodox and he attacks you in the orthodox stance. So to me, it's just differences in that regard. Also, I just think that Jaron Ennis has a lot more power. He also goes to the body. Not that Terence Crawford doesn't go to the body, but just a lot more aggressive guy. Taller, longer. I think he has faster hands. He's also a lot younger, 10 years younger, a lot fresher. So, just for me, I think that is where that is with him. And now you hear where Brian Norman is talking about having sparred him and saying, look, man, there's big differences. But also, you hear the same thing from Shakur Stevenson, who's also sparred them both, where he says, look, man, with Terence Crawford, when I was young, he beat me up, but now I hold my own. He said when I was sparring Jaron Ennis, Jaron Ennis could hit me with a jab whenever he wanted to, and was like, yeah, man, I think that dude was actually holding back on me. So just when you talk about people that actually been in the ring with them, they talk about these guys in a significantly different fashion. But anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. Want to keep the name Jaron Ennis out there because we talk so much about, we don't talk so much about the top guys in the welterweight division and what's going on with them. Then some of these young guys are going really without being seen. And this guy right here, though, I just think is a very, very special talent, may very well be a generational talent and somebody that it can be without a doubt the best fighter, in the world, which I don't think that there really is any real consensus number one pound for pound fighter in the world. I don't see that. You have some people saying it's Tyson Fury. You have people saying that it's Monster Inoue. Other people saying it's Terence Crawford. Some people still have Canelo Alvarez there. It's just, nobody's really just standing out. Like when Andre Ward, in my opinion, was the number one guy, or Floyd Mayweather Jr. when he was the number one guy, or Roy Jones Jr. when he was the number one guy. And that very well may be here with the 25-year-old Jaron Boots Ennis. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.